Hello there. I am a woman who has walked through many lifetimes of experience. I have witnessed hundreds of kind men being slowly worn down to nothing. They sit across from me with empty, lifeless eyes. They do not understand why they have become this way. And today, I know exactly why you clicked on this video. Are you living in a house that is completely silent? A house where intimacy has become nothing more than a distant memory. You lie next to your wife but feel 1,000 miles apart. You ask yourself what you did wrong in this marriage. I am going to tell you a very painful truth right now. Your laziness is not actually the real problem here. It is her control that has slowly castrated your masculine spirit. This is something very few experts dare to say out loud, but I will say it, because I have seen far too much. Take a good look at men after they go through a divorce. They suddenly transform into the perfect husband for someone new. They mow the lawn. They cook. They care for the children with enthusiasm. They even take the initiative to plan family vacations. So what happened to them during that period of transformation? Did they suddenly change their entire personality overnight? No, that is not what happened at all, my friend. They simply escaped from a broken system. A system where every single effort was crushed without mercy. A system that turned a grown man into a guilty little child. Traditional marriage experts often give very wrong advice. They tell you to do more housework to make your wife happy. They call this the way to reignite the bedroom spark. But what actually happens in real life? Do you know? The more you do, the more she corrects you. You load the dishes into the dishwasher, but she rearranges them. You go grocery shopping, but she criticizes what you bought. You fold the laundry, but she says you folded it the wrong way. You try to contribute, but you only receive criticism in return. This is not a marriage. This is a courtroom that never ends. I want you to understand something very important right now. The problem is not on the list of chores that need doing. It lies in the energy that she is radiating throughout the home. It is the energy of judgment, of quiet contempt underneath. It is like a poisonous smoke covering your entire house. When a man feels that he can never win, no matter what, he will choose to withdraw in order to protect his self-worth. He stops trying because he does not want more rejection. She sees his laziness and complains about it endlessly. But I see this as a very reasonable survival mechanism. Before I go any deeper, I need to add one small note. This content is not for abusive men or men with addictions. We are also not talking about people with toxic personality disorders. I am speaking to the kind men who are simply stuck, those who are withering in a marriage that lacks respect. Now, I will point out the 4 behaviors that are killing you. These 4 behaviors may sound small and very ordinary, but they are quietly eroding your masculine identity day by day. Listen very carefully and see if you recognize yourself. The first behavior, I call it the toxic correction addiction. She constantly corrects you on the smallest, most trivial things. The way you drive your car gets scrutinized by her. The way you hold the broom while sweeping gets criticized. The way you tie your necktie has to be redone her way. Do you know what this does to your mind over time? It makes you feel more like a child than a husband. You become a 7-year-old boy being inspected by his mother. Every day, every hour, every minute becomes another examination, and you are always the one who fails that examination. The second behavior I call the harsh schedule prison. If chores are not done exactly when she wants, they mean nothing. You want to rest a little after work before doing them, but she never waits for you, not even for 5 minutes. She does it herself and then complains that you never help. You are forced into a time frame you have no say in. You are no longer the master of your own time. You become an employee in a company where she is the boss, and this boss never gives you any kind of reward. Only terrible performance reviews each and every passing day. The third behavior is the wall of nagging that blocks connection. Criticism has become her main tool of communication. Every time you open your mouth, you get a bucket of cold water. You tell her about a difficult day at work. She responds by saying you forgot to take out the trash this morning. Gradually, this paralyzes your desire to please your partner. You would rather stay silent than speak and get scolded. You would rather sit alone in the garage than enter the living room. The wall between the two of you grows higher and thicker until you can no longer see her on the other side. The final behavior is the most cruel form of disempowerment. She frequently says, "Just let me do it. You will mess it up." This phrase may sound harmless, but it cuts like a knife. It stabs straight into the heart of the man inside you. It strips away your role as protector and provider. You slowly lose confidence in your ability to solve problems. You begin to doubt yourself in every single decision you make. You become a ghost, wandering through your own home. You walk back and forth, but no one truly sees you. This is no longer a man, this is just a shell. Now, let us look at the scientific side to understand this more deeply. In psychology, there is a concept called emotional safety. It is the atmosphere where you can confidently express yourself. Dr. Sue Johnson, the founder of emotionally focused therapy, has proven this. Without emotional safety, there can be no true sexual connection. When you are constantly judged, your nervous system shifts into a mode. It is the mode of fight, flight, or complete freeze. Your body releases cortisol, the hormone of chronic stress. This hormone kills testosterone. It kills your desire entirely. This is no longer psychology, this is pure biology at work. There is another study I want you to know about right now. It is the study of the Michelangelo phenomenon in couples psychology. Researchers Drigotas and Rusbult discovered something fascinating. Your partner will sculpt who you become as a person. Just like Michelangelo sculpted the statue of David from raw stone, if she always sees you as a lazy failure of a man, you will gradually become that exact terrible version of yourself. Your brain cannot tell the difference between truth and repeated belief. It simply adapts to the image being reflected back at it. This is exactly why you no longer recognize yourself. On the other hand, respect activates dopamine inside your brain. It reinforces your spirit and makes you want to contribute more. This is why divorced men suddenly become wonderful partners. They are finally seen as real men for the very first time. And they light up like a torch that has been reignited. So the laziness your wife sees is actually surrender. You stopped doing housework because every effort was criticized. You stopped initiating intimacy because you no longer feel safe. You stopped sharing your dreams because you fear being mocked. The result is that your masculine identity has been destroyed. You no longer recognize the man staring back in the mirror. You look into your own eyes and see an emptiness. You remember the young man who once dared to dream, when you still dared to laugh loudly and live fully. Where did that man go? You ask yourself quietly. Now, I will give you the most straightforward solution possible. My solution is for you to stop trying to change her. You cannot trade submission for love and affection. You cannot kneel down and expect to be respected. Respect must be earned through your own true value. Take back ownership of your life and reclaim your confidence. Do not do housework just to avoid being scolded by her. Do it because of your own values and for your own peace. Do it because you want to live in a clean home, not because you fear an angry outburst from your wife. I have a 4-step action plan that is very specific for you. The first step: set a rule that lets you do tasks your way. Make an agreement that she absolutely does not interfere with your process. You have the right to do things your way, even differently. If she corrects you, gently stop doing that task right then. This is not a childish form of revenge, my friend. This is you teaching her a very important lesson, the lesson that control will lead to loss in the end. She must understand that being helped is a privilege, not a right that she can demand forever and ever. The second step: try applying the golden ratio of 5-to-1. Dr. John Gottman studied thousands of couples over many years. He found that happy couples maintain a 5-to-1 ratio. That is 5 positive remarks for every 1 negative criticism. Actively look for 5 things she does right and praise them. Only then should you offer 1 note about her controlling behavior. The positivity will help break the cycle of constant criticism. It creates a safer space for both of you to grow. But remember, this is not fake flattery or empty praise. This is the truth that you have forgotten to say for years. The third step: dedicate a 10-minute conversation every single day. Talk about anything except for housework and the children. Talk about youthful dreams, about a movie that she loves. Talk about hidden fears or small joys from the day. Rebuild the emotional connection that has been lost for so long. Just 10 minutes, but it must be 10 minutes of real quality. No phones, no television, no distractions of any kind. Just you, her, and the full presence of both people. This helps both of you see each other as true partners. It is the foundation to reignite the sexual flame that has died. The final step: establish boundaries rooted in self-respect. This is the hardest, but also the most important step for you. Learn to say, "I want to help, but not this way." Learn to say, "I will not continue," if you use that tone. Say it calmly, without anger, without raising your voice at all. You must show her that you deserve to be respected. Never compromise with disrespect inside your own home again. A man without boundaries is a man who has lost himself. She cannot love someone she cannot bring herself to respect. And she cannot respect a man who does not respect himself. I know everything I am saying sounds very difficult to do. I know you have grown used to backing down for many years. I know you fear a conflict that could break everything apart. But my friend, everything has been broken for a very long time. You have only been pretending that it is still intact. Do not wait until everything shatters to realize its value. Do not wait until your hair turns gray to live truthfully. Do not wait until you lie on your deathbed to feel regret. This life belongs to you, not to anyone else in the world, and you have the right to live it the way you deserve. Join our community to reclaim your masculine spirit together. This is a place full of men walking the same path. They were once empty like you, once surrendered like you, but now they stand tall and live for themselves once again. We will help you restore your true masculine identity. It is time for you to stand tall and live for yourself. It is time for you to look in the mirror and smile with pride. It is time for you to reclaim what has been taken from you. Your spirit, your respect, your joy, and your intimacy too. All of these things are waiting for you on the other side. But before you close this video and return to your daily life, I want you to sit quietly and reflect on one final question. A question that will change how you see everything today. A question that very few men dare to ask themselves honestly. Close your eyes and answer it truthfully for yourself. If she suddenly disappeared from your life today, who would you be?